Hey guys, Czar checking in with you. Just entered a VWAP trade. I'm still at the same price as my entry. I actually started recording all about this before I took it. I started recording here, and my microphone was on mute, which has happened to me twice before. I gotta get better at that. Maybe just don't even put it on mute. Just kind of leave it on the whole time. Anyway, so now I'm just gonna recap quickly what I'm thinking here. I've had a very profitable day. What else did I talk about? Very profitable day, but all my trades were in London and in pre-New York, and did not take any trades in New York. This is in New York right now. Let me show you the sessions, right? This is New York here. Took none of this. This is a very big drop right here. I take those sessions off again. I just like to clean. This move here is probably about 230 points. Yeah, 237 points just for this little leg right here in the last hour and 20 minutes. This 238 point drop or 2% drop in the NASDAQ, it's massive. I took none of it. Just watched that happen. And this is the only one here. So a reversion. There was already a reversion to VWAP. Didn't actually tap it yet. It still might. Doesn't have to. It just needs to get close to do a rebalancing. And now I'm trading a potential continuation or resumption of the initial move that got us down here in the first place. Okay, I'll watch this play out. Patiently watch. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you on pause so you don't have to sit through the whole thing. I'll bring you back when something happens. Talk soon. All right, watching now, pushing down a little bit. Gonna stay with this. Because this didn't play out right away, the way that I would have anticipated it to do, I know that many traders in the same situation would be just getting out right now. They say, well, this is not feeling the same way as it did, and just jump out and take a little bit of profit. And that is catastrophic in the long term. Because the math just doesn't work. Sorry guys, I had to sneeze there. I just felt the sneeze coming on. And I muted the microphone. Hopefully I did. Spare your ears. But watching this thing drive now. Looking for 35 points. Watching, I'm going to put you on mute again while this goes sideways. Not very interesting. Lots of volatility. We had that big white candle. Now we got a big blue candle mirroring it. Railroad tracks. Go again. Nervous trader would be looking to jump now, maybe take a small loss, wishing that it will come back to break even just to be able to get out after they saw that surge, right? Managing impulses. This is the real game, folks. This is the real game of trading, is dealing with this emotional roller coaster, which is never ending inside of the trader's mind while in a trade. The only relief is when they get out. Even if it's at a small loss, at least the uncertainty has stopped. If it's break even, the uncertainty has stopped. If it's a small win, the uncertainty has stopped, and they got out with a little win, and they can feel like a winner, right? They can associate as a winner instead of a loser. And this is the problem with the trader's brain. It's evolutionarily wired that way. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I encourage you to listen to my entire playlist on the mental game and trading psychology to begin to get an understanding of what I'm referring to. But this is the real game of trading. Watching market action, as you see here, straddling my entry price. And on an evolutionary basis, I am swinging from being a winner to a loser, to a winner, to being a loser, to being a winner in life, to being a loser in life. And that might sound awfully goofy and extreme, but on a neurological level, that's exactly what's happening and why it drives impulsive and reactive behavior and why trading is so very difficult. You actually don't have much of a choice but to experience those impulses, because it took millions, but say hundreds of thousands of years to get there. And as you might have heard me say, if you don't believe in evolution by means of natural selection, I'm okay with that. But I would ask you to accept the idea that you were created to suck at trading, just as you would have evolved if you believed in evolution. Either way, the outcome is the same. Price is just straddling my comfort zone right now. I'm being a little bit facetious. I'm very clinical about these things now, but in my fourth decade of trading, you eventually get there. Some people get there. Some people never get there, and they just will never be successful traders. It's just the harsh truth, but I tell it like it is because I have nothing to sell you. My comfort zone is right here. I should say my line of comfort. And as long as you're on this side of the line, I feel more comfortable. The further you get on that side of the line, the more uncomfortable and the more painful it becomes to me as a trader, right? And that's the delicate balance that we're playing with every time we're in a trade. Oh, a sense of relief. I'm feeling relief. Oh, crap. Oh, now it's been taken back. Oh, okay. What? Oh, no. Yeah. Down. I'm having some fun with this right now, but I'm playing out what the typical trader experiences, right? What you're wired to. Yes. See that? Look, that's what I want. I knew I was right about this, right? This is what's happening internally. And to be able to manage those feelings and those impulses is critical. That's the difference between a winning and a losing trader. It's really not that much about your understanding of price action. I know you don't want to believe that, many of you. You want to believe that if you just study harder, if you just learn more about candlesticks or about patterns or about moving averages or about oscillators, histograms, and you combine the right ones, and that'll be the holy grail that will get you there. I'm here to tell you it will not. It absolutely will not. The real game is played inside of your mind. It's a neurological game. It's a game of impulse control. Nothing more after you understand the basics of price action. And you have a plan. You need to have a strategy, obviously. And the strategy needs to have a mathematical edge. That's a given. We don't have to debate about that. Oh, no, it's about the strategy. Well, of course it is. You can't come to a tennis match without a tennis racket and a tennis ball. So we should never be talking about the racket and the ball being part of the tennis match, about being part of the success of a tennis player, because that's a given. We stop talking about that in level 101, right? The beginner's class, when they give you the racket and ball, say, you need to bring this every time. It's the same in trading. You need to bring your strategy, a proven strategy. It doesn't have to be rocket science. It can be extremely simple. Breaks of highs and lows, moving average crossovers, you name it, whatever it might be. You need to have that. That's the racket and ball. But now that you have that, we can stop talking about all that. And we can get to what the real game is. And that's that neurological game, the game of impulse control. The game of believing that trading is nothing but a coin toss. And when the coin lands on heads, you win, and when the coin lands on tails, you lose. Your strategy, your approach, and your edge, your combined composite edge, or what weights that coin slightly towards heads versus tails. And that's the game of trading. A lot more of that on my trading psychology playlist, where we get into a lot more detail on this. But man, if I would have known this, what the real game was in my first 2 years, I would have been more successful than I was. And I did pretty well right from the get-go, because I studied hard before ever risking a penny. It's just the way I'm wired. But most will not. And the vast majority, nearly 100% of day traders lose money. Hard to swallow, but it's the truth. And it's not because they didn't spend enough time working on their technical analysis skills. I'm a chartered market technician, have been for 23 years, CMT. I studied economics and finance in university. I've been trading for 33 plus years. I think it's more like 34 years now. I come from a long career in asset management with some of the world's largest portfolio managers, asset managers in the world. A couple of the largest banks in the world, certainly North America. And I can assure you that what I'm saying, as woo as it sounds, is the truth. I have no strategy to sell you, so I don't have to pretend that it's my system, my indicator, my approach to candlesticks, or my EA, my executive, or my bot, right? So I can just give it to you the way it actually is. Now we're going to watch. Patience. Patience. Just believing, trusting. The nervous trader would have just jumped out now. After waiting through all of this and the back and forth, the idea that it could go back and do that again, it looks like it wants to, is just too much to handle. I can't take it, and boom, jump out. And they do take a profit. And they can put their head down on the pillow at night saying, thank God I pulled out that win when things weren't looking so good. At least I won. Green is green. You can't go broke taking a profit. I have news for you, that if you run your business practice by doing that, you will be a losing trader, a break-even trader at best. That's just the truth, because the math doesn't work. Because you wouldn't be doing the opposite on the upside. You'll be taking the full loss, waiting for your stop loss to get hit, with patience, right? But impatiently taking your profits short. So allowing your losses to get to your full stop, or even worse, is moving your stop backwards, but then cutting your profits short. That equation doesn't equal a profitable business practice. What I will do is move my stop to break even now. And you've seen me do that many, many times. But being willing to give it all back, even now, watch it coming. Are you willing to give it all back so that the equation works over time? Or would you be jumping out right now because it sure feels like we're going back to break even? Here it comes. Are you okay with break even? Are you okay with giving all of this back? You know how many points that is? 28 points in the NASDAQ. You can build real wealth doing 28 points a day on the NASDAQ. Are you willing to give it all back so you can get an extra 8 points? hope the answer is yes. Because this time, it might result in a break even. But over time, the way that I'm showing you right now is the way to be profitable. Are you able to see that? In the moment, you won't be able to feel that, because all you can feel is the pain of watching that thing straddle your comfort zone and give and take away and give and take away and give and take away. And that can be agonizing for the human organism. Now we watch. Can you just sit in silence? Watching. There's a reason I play this soundtrack in the background. Can you hear it? It's important to understand that no part of me likes the white candles right now. I'm not enjoying it. I don't have to celebrate them. My preference is a series of blue candles that take me to my target. But when you're running a business practice, you don't get to dictate when the expenses come in. Right? But you do need to maximize revenues when they come in. I can't lose on this trade now. This will not be a losing excursion. There'll be no charge for this trip. And there may still be a nice payoff. Very uncertain still. But we did it. We did it, guys. 35 points. And a masterclass in trading psychology and impulse control. I want to thank you for joining me. And we'll see you on the next one. Take care, guys. Happy trading.